Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. Yesterday I was on Facebook and I came across an article from the Huffington Post, their Black Voices section. And this article was about a poet who recited a poem called Black Boyfriend. And I'm going to show you a clip from that video, and then I'm going to provide my commentary on the other side.
To the fathers of too many of the women that I've dated, the day I meet you, I always straighten my tie. I use the biggest words I know. I break out the good shoes so you can see them before you see past them. I always go in for the handshake. See, I've been practicing my good, strong grip. I go in for the shake, look you in the eye like a man, I always see it. That surprised face, that face that says, oh, oh shit, my daughter did not bring home a black guy. Yup, that's me. I am your daughter's first black boyfriend. Surprise! I bet you didn't see that one coming. Yes, indeed, your daughter is in fact down with the brown. I'm sorry. I guess this means you must have failed as a parent. Or maybe it's just a phase. Let's hope it's just a phase still. I know you tried to nip this in the bud when you were young. See, you caught her watching Tyler Perry one time and you slapped her across the mouth. She said, but Dad, I was only flipping through the channels, to which you replied, Becky, you better take your ass in your room.
So here you have an African American man who's educated. He attends Yale University. And this man basically talks about how he dates a lot of white women. And he talks about how when he goes to visit these white women and he's meeting the woman's father, he talks about how he straightens his tie. He talks about how he tries to use big words in order to appear intelligent, in order to impress that white father. He talks about how he wears the best shoes that he has. He talks about how he shakes the man's hand and looks him in the eye. And despite all of that, he talks about how these white fathers don't accept him, how they view him as a nightmare. They view the fact that their white daughter is dating a black man. They view that as a nightmare. And so this guy is basically complaining about not being accepted by these white fathers. When I saw this video, all I could think about is how pathetic this black man is. How absolutely pathetic he is. And I thought about this whole phenomenon of these new blacks. These new blacks have no sense of racial consciousness whatsoever. They have no sense of black pride at all. These black men, they jump over their black sisters in order to chase these white women. They push their black sister out of the way in order to be with a white woman. And I find that to be sick. Instead of begging for acceptance from white people, we need to learn to accept our own. We need to love and respect the black woman. Why would you go out of your way to be with a white woman when you have all these beautiful black women to choose from? I mean, if you don't respect yourself and your own people, how can you expect somebody else to respect you? We need to rebuild our own. We need black love. We don't need to be chasing down these white women. See, many black people suffer from a lack of knowledge. Many black people don't have self-respect. They don't have black pride. They have been programmed to worship white people. We've been taught that whiteness is the standard of beauty. This indoctrination starts young. I mean, we've all seen the example of the children being tested. They are presented with two dolls, One is a white doll and one is a black doll. Many of the children describe the black doll as being the ugly doll, and they describe the white doll as being the beautiful doll. This is early on as children they're taught this. We're taught to worship these white people. As children, when we read stories like Snow White, when we read stories like Sleeping Beauty, when we read all these white fairy tales that elevate white women, put them on a pedestal, and then we turn on our TVs and white is the standard of beauty. When we open up magazines, white is the standard of beauty. So once you accept that standard, you chase after that standard. And that's why we have confused, ignorant black people like this guy. And it's just a shame that we fight for acceptance from people who despise us, people who don't have any respect for us at all, when we should be building our own and loving our own and doing for our own black selves. It's just a shame. You're chasing after the woman who got you lynched. I mean, think of all the black men who were lynched, hung up, strung up in trees, simply because they looked at a white woman. And you want to chase these women. Think about all the riots that took place because a black man looked at a white woman. And you want to chase this woman. You prize and value this woman. I mean, whole towns have been destroyed simply because a black man allegedly looked at a white woman. And this is the woman you want to chase. Where's your pride, black man? Where's your dignity? Where's your sense of history? All I can do is shake my head when I read nonsense like this. And this is posted in the Huffington Post. They want to present this as if it's something great about it. I mean, it's pathetic to be begging somebody for acceptance. I mean, who does that? Who begs their enemy to accept them, to love them?